liberals are the greatest source of hatred for a Clarence Thomas. Jewish leftists have a particular dislike for those of us who, especially if we are even prominent in Jewish life, this drives them nuts. The idea that a Jew should be invited, as I am, to synagogues as a scholar in residence and is not on the left is intolerable. It's just intolerable. We should not even be heard. This guy wrote, and he has a blog, and he's a member of some think tank on the Jewish left. Wrote, Dennis Prager is a fraud. He claims to keep kosher, but I personally have seen him on multiple occasions eating pork. I haven't seen me eat pork. I never met this man. I mean, it is pure lie. There is, it's, you know, they often say, well, there's a little truth. No, there's no truth. Shrimp, that's a different question. I'm kidding. I do not have pork products or a shell called shellfish. But that is what is done, and it's routine. It's routinized. That is the way of argument. So that brings us to this Liberty Film Festival. There has to be a framework to offer the other ideas. Now, by the way, just to tell you, I am not a believer that over the long run the truth wins. I don't know if the truth wins. The truth may win in the long run, but in the short run, truth tellers get killed. Yeah, the Nazis lost in the long run, but in the short run, 50 million people died, including 1 out of every 3 Jewish men, women, and children. So, you know, I'm not here to depress you, but I did a good job. Well, you're the one who cheered on capital punishment. It's a real battle, and we need people like you to please give them a hand for making it. So we're going to see 2 very important documentaries/films right now. Is that correct? Right after me are the films. That's right. So I'm going to get out of your way. And we begin with The Road to Jenin of Pierre Hove of France, whom I've had on my show a number of times, and then we'll talk to Brooke later about her. Very important making of a martyr. And we begin with The Road to Jenin, and I can only say that there was a Jenin massacre. The Jenin massacre was of the truth by the Western media. That was the only Jenin massacre. And you know, I have a motto, which I coined many years ago. And I believe it is truer than ever. Remember the motto, that silly motto of Love Story, the film, being in love means never having to say you're sorry? Even in Hollywood, that was stupid. I mean, when you think about it, being in love means always having to say you're sorry. That's the irony, the idiocy. It was so stupid. I was in high school and I knew it was dumb. And I didn't know anything in high school. But at least it gave me the idea that this is true. Being on the left means never having to say you're sorry. Did you ever meet anybody on the left who advocated a nuclear freeze with the Soviet Union, who afterwards, after it fell, thanks to the fact that we did keep our weapons, and said, gee, I was wrong? Did you ever meet anybody on the left who advocated bilingual education, who realizes that all that does is hold back Hispanic and other immigrant children? Say, gee, you know, I really was wrong on that. Did you ever meet anybody, like the New York Times editorial board? Every single major newspaper in America except the Wall Street Journal condemned Israel for the 1981 destruction of the Osirak nuclear reactor of Saddam. Did you ever meet anybody on the left who said, you know, I really was wrong. Israel was right in doing that? No. They never do. There is the concept. It is like yesterday didn't happen. That's why the Soviet dissidents had the great motto in the Soviet Union, and you could say this for all the left: the future is known, it's the past which is always changing. And now, our film.